to 2021. Hope you guys are feeling pretty good today. So a couple of things. The first is that we uploaded a video and it'll show up this morning at time on our YouTube. It is the journey of 925. This is the node in Journey, and I can't really show it to you now because you won't be able to go back because of how the journey is set up. But basically, it is against a warlord that deals damage whenever we summon a unit on our side of the field, and then also has these freeze runes that come on to our field to prevent us from attacking. So check that out on YouTube. It is, I believe it's called Chapter 32540, and has a good breakdown as to what squad I used, what abilities I used, and also my strategy going into the battle. All right, the other thing is that if you go to events on the very left over here, you will see that the next world event is going to occur, and it is going to happen in 2 days, and it will last 6 days. So that's pretty cool. And it shows you these 3 units: Tortolis the Wise One, Gismala the Old God, and Miss Lapin. All 3 of these units are not new, so they are here before. And let's just give you a preview of this stuff in case you've never seen the units before. So we're going to go to our squad, show you the 3 units. So the first one is the Tortolis. It is a ranged nature unit, and it has these abilities here. So basically, whenever you're attacked, your warlord will get healed. Whenever a nature unit dies on your side, you'll get an attack boost, and then it has flight. Okay, the second unit is the Old God. It is a melee chaos unit. So whenever it gets attacked, it will freeze their ranged units for a turn. It has immunity, meaning that it won't be affected by other abilities. And then at the beginning of the turn, it gives health to your units. So that's the Old God over there. And then finally, we have the Miss Lapin, which is a ranged order unit. Seeing it here. All right, the abilities over here. So end of turn gives Pierce to your ranged units. Whenever it attacks, it freezes the units in the same line for a turn. And then whenever Pierce occurs on your side of the field, by having a unit do Pierce, it will get plus health over here. So those are the units that are going to appear in the world event in the next 2 days. All right. Next, we are going to do the Dungeon of Trials pit. So we're going to make sure that we have everything ready. Going to our guild bonuses as usual. Oh, and as you can see right now, attack, attack, attack. Yep, we have everything ready for the next 4 days. So that'll actually cover a little bit into the world event. So that's good. All right. And then we're going to make sure we have our battlers ready. So we have the pirate right now, and we have the Gleedy for our pets. The reason for the Gleedy is because it gives us health whenever one of our melee units kills something, and then it gives a little bit of health whenever we summon a unit. And then on top of that, we're using the pirate just because we are balancing the amount of damage that we can do with these pentagrams. And then also we have these sharks that can deal a little bit of damage and have they can lower the attack of other units. Okay, so let's get right into it. So we're dealing with this pit boss here, and this pit boss has a couple of abilities. Whenever one of their units dies, it will deal damage to us. We are the enemy, and they are considered the ally. On the third turn, it will transform their melee units into these knights. And then on the fourth turn, it will transform their ranged units into these ifs, the arrows. Okay, we have 4 days to get through, I believe it's 6 bosses here. We are on number 6. Just doing a countdown. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're on number 5 right now. So there are 10 pit bosses in total, and we have to get rid of these. So let's go. Okay, so we're going to summon our pentagrams first. Seeing they're okay in terms of placement, we will need to get rid of their buildings eventually in order to deal more damage over time. And also seeing here that these pentagrams are not covering this lane, so we'll also have to stack some units over here for damage. Taking a looking at their buildings. Okay, summons a talking skull, summons a samurai dog. Okay, block over there, nothing over there. We have these pentagrams on our side that are going to give us splash to our units, and then also splash over here. Okay, taking a look. All right. So we have to be mindful that every time one of an order unit dies on their side of the field, we'll be taking damage to our units. So we'll have to summon units that have a large amount of health. Seeing here, all right. Seeing what makes more sense to kill. All right, well, because there's going to be damage immediately to us when we kill something that is not, well, if we kill something that's in order, that we'll take some extra damage. So we will kill this first. We'll summon this unit. It has multiple summons behind it that are also order, and then it has a little bit of block, and then in terms of stats, it's good here. So we're going to be summoning this and attacking that. Okay, so they have that samurai dog starting at the beginning of the turn. It will deal a little bit of extra damage whenever it attacks and gets a little bit of a attack boost at the beginning. All right, they summon their pentagrams. They summoned on our pentagrams. They have this unit that has block and then gives block to their units. Again, we're going to be focusing on killing their buildings and then also their spare units so that way they don't transform into these other larger units. All right, looking forward. Okay, so the pentagram is going to kill this. We'll have combat damage over here, and then we're going to be losing some of our units because whenever we kill something that is order, we'll take the damage. I guess in terms of stats, we can actually summon this one as well. In terms of the defense, it's pretty much this same unit. And we're going to be placing it over in the second column over here, so that way we can still have our sharks as summons. All right. Okay, we have this unit that gets plus health whenever it comes to play with wounded, and then dealing damage. Whenever a unit appears, it will get plus attack to other units around it. Right, so let's see here. We don't want to use our summons quite yet because we do want to get rid of this spawner over here. So it looks like we will, in terms of stats, I would like to summon this, but it has a little too much attack right now. Their block is marginal. They also landed here on our pentagrams. So let's see. This unit is also blocking this unit from attacking, so I think it's better for us to get the damage over here. There's no block over there. Okay, and then I guess the transform whenever it occurs, so actually they'll still be alive. All right, we'll be summoning this unit over here. It has the flight, and then we're also going to, once again, put it in this same line over here. Same strategy. Okay, as you can see, they did transform into these knights. These knights give plus attack to their male allies, and you can tell here that these are male from this symbol here. And then they also have block. Okay, seeing their ranged allies transform into something. They have this unit that, when it comes into play, it will deal damage to units in the line for every order unit on their side of the field, and then whenever it gets attacked, it gives mental shield to another one of their units. So attack that, kill that. This may or may not get mental shield, but we do need to attack and kill these units over here. I suppose now we could use our sharks because if they do land here, we can then have them block for this line. So we'll summon our sharks. Okay, in this case, they actually blocked this. So this will die, and then we'll have more block over here. Just taking a look, seeing if there's anything else we want to do. We want to actually save this particular unit. One, because of the damage, and also because of its effect that it does, the damage at the end. So we will see what makes sense here. We'll shuffle for a range, either a range unit that has more health or a melee unit that has more attack. Okay, so they have this unit here that deals damage to their chaos units. We want to summon it just because of the flight. So we're actually going to put it over, we'll put it over here this time. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess we can make something with the splash here. So we'll put it over here. That way we can have ranged units to attack. Okay, as you can see, we did lose some units because we attacked and killed some order units. And then the mental shield showed up over here. Okay, taking a look. So it looks like we lost the other unit that gave us block. Still want to go here. Checking out what it does over here. Okay, when it came into play, it gave health to our units and then a little bit of pierce. Since this unit is flight, we're able to avoid taking the damage over here. We're going to be losing some units once we do that. So we can't actually summon this ranged unit yet because we will lose at least one of our units. Two. We can summon this unit though. It has good health and then also gets a little bit of a block over there. And once again, we will summon this over here. Okay, so once again, their units are going to, their melee units, I guess, except mortar, so these won't actually transform. We'll have to just deal with these normally. Metal shield over here. Oh, hey. Hey, Sam. How's it going? I am currently streaming right now. So yeah, let us see here. I am going to shuffle for a different unit because this unit's second ability, which deals damage to random order units, random non-order units, isn't going to help us right now. So we'll shuffle and look for a unit that has good health. Okay, we'll summon. Guess we don't want to use too many shuffles, so we'll summon this unit over here. Okay, so no transform because both of these units are order, as you can see over here. Okay, extra block for their units. Seeing here. Right, this unit is going to die in combat, but we will be losing these other 3 units. And then we're actually going to be losing our spawner here as well. So let's see there. Damage, damage. 27. So 2754. That is 148. Oh, yeah. This will actually be enough damage to get rid of this. So that's good. So we'll do that. And then we'll end up losing these other 2 units because we killed their other order units. Okay, once again, we do want to summon units that have good health, and they don't have any other units that are going to be transforming. We can leave off this unit for now, and we're going to stack some units behind here for damage. So we will place this unit. This unit has the ability to remove all runes and pentagrams on our side, so we're actually getting rid of these, but then we'll get an attack boost in response. Okay, so this unit is going to die from the pentagram damage over here, and so we'll take a little bit of damage, and then we need to kill this unit over here with specifically a melee unit because it does have evasion over here. So we will summon this melee unit over here so that we can get the lethal. We'll get a little bit of health back off of our pet. And then we'll take some damage because that unit died. Okay, once again, the pentagram, they landed on the pentagram, so we don't have to worry about them so much. We're going to be summoning our common unit just so we can get it out of our inventory. And then we're also going to be placing it over here because it is the most damage available with the pentagrams. Okay, next turn, depending upon what shows up, if we have a bad common, we'll be using that. Otherwise, we'll be using this bad epic in order to get rid of it from our inventory. Okay, so just doing the math here, 26. So we'll take 52 damage to our units with these 2 kills. Sure. All right, so we'll summon this over here, get a little bit of health back. Okay, and next turn we should have lethal no matter what. Okay, double checking, making sure that they don't have any other death triggers other than the damage going to us. Nope. Okay, and yeah, and this is enough for lethal. We're going to shuffle one more time to get rid of some trash units. And in this case, I don't see any trash units, so we will just skip turn and then go from there. All right. Okay, some collection of copper coins, so that's good. Okay, now we're on this next pit boss over here, trying to figure out what it does, so let's check them out. Okay, so before a bleeding unit on our side attacks, reduce their attack to 1. Every third turn gives invulnerability to their units for a turn, meaning that we can't deal damage against them. And then on the 5th turn, gives our units before attack gets bleeding. So there's going to be a lot of bleeding, a lot of invulnerability to their units, and then reducing our attack to 1. Trying to figure out a strategy from here. I guess we'll just have to kill their units before they get invulnerability, and then realize that we won't be attacking their units that much because of that bleeding. Okay. All right, let's go. And if this doesn't work out, we'll switch to our Spider Warlord in order to get the damage going. So let's see here. They have an extra attack pentagram, and then we do too. We have a building over here, building over there. Ooh, removes negative effects. That's cool. We'll summon our pentagrams first, seeing where they land. Pretty balanced right now. We do want to get rid of this building first, so that way we can have this tile attacked. In terms of stats, we're going to be summoning this unit. And so we're going to summon this over here, so that way we can also defend this unit later on. Okay, they have this unit that gives extra attack to another unit whenever it gets attacked. Fortunately, though, we will be able to kill it because of the pentagrams. So we will summon this over here in the same way. Okay. This unit gave bleeding to our units before they attack, and then whenever a bleeding unit dies, it will give plus health to itself and other. Seeing if there's anything else going on here. Nope, just the invulnerability, which will happen next turn. We can't just attack with this unit itself because of this ability, because it reduces their attack to 1, so we'll just have to summon something that kills that. So in this case, it will be this particular melee unit in terms of the health. Just putting it in front here. Okay. All right. There is bleeding whenever it attacks in the line, and then whenever one of their units appears, we'll give them bleeding here. So let's see. Right now we don't need to use our summons because there's no extra damage that is needed. But there is enough damage that we could potentially have these ranged units here to block. So let's actually use our summons. All right. And then we are going to use our common over here, summoning on this double attack rune. Okay, they have this unit that gives bleeding to our other units except Chaos when it dies, and then gives an attack boost to ranged units on their side. Then end of turn, extra attack to 2 melee units on their side, but they don't have any, so that's good. We'd like to summon a Chaos unit so that it won't get affected by bleed. And then also, let's see here. All right, yeah, we're going to be summoning this Chaos unit just in front, so that way it won't get bleed. It'll get bleed because of this this Warlord ability over here. But otherwise, yeah, that is it for that. As long as we focus on killing their units, we won't take the extra bleeding damage so much. Okay, let's see here. So in terms of stats, okay, so damage will happen first. This unit will summon a Rotter whenever we do an attack, and then it'll give it an attack boost over here. But because of the pentagram, it will die next turn. We're going to be placing this over here on the double attack rune. All right, as you can see, a little bit of bleeding damage over here, and then the lethal damage over there. Next turn, if this unit does not die, we will be summoning a melee unit to help us with this unit's ability. Okay, and I actually want to put a building over here if possible, because we don't want an attacking unit. So for now, though, we'll summon this unit to get it out of our inventory. It also has health, so it will be able to take a little bit of bleeding. Okay, this unit doesn't have bleeding right now, but it will get bleeding later on once this unit dies. This unit will die from the pentagram, so that's good. And see there, attack. All right, we're actually going to not summon a melee unit to kill this because it'll get bleeding first, and then it'll still get its double attack. This will die from there. Okay, and we'll be summoning this over here so we can get some extra damage. Okay, and finally that unit is gone, so that's good. I see where the issue is because every time we have a bleeding unit, we won't be able to attack, but this is where the pentagrams come in. So we'll attack, see what the bleed is over here, 180. This is why we wanted a building, because it wouldn't, buildings don't bleed because they can't attack. And then this unit will get health back. How much health will it get back? It will be at 24, so 1, 2, 3, so 44, 72. So 72 and 56, that is 128 minus the pentagram. Okay, we will summon this unit over here. So as you can see, this unit is getting health every time one of our bleeding units dies, but we were able to kill that over there. Okay, not a problem. Okay, our units are going to get bleeding once again on this particular turn. We would like to... Okay, we will summon this unit over here. And the reason why is because next turn we're going to be able to block to set up our range unit on the double attack rune. And then also this unit has some health, so we can withstand at least one bleeding attack. See what the bleed here. Oh, it's 22. Okay, it's not too bad. Yeah, we'll be able to withstand a couple bleeding attacks over here. Okay. Same thing with the bleed. It is going to be able to take one bleed attack, so we'll actually kill that. And then we are going to summon this ranged unit over here so that we can just get some extra damage. Okay, once again with the bleeding. Okay, we will summon our melee unit. Should be good enough here. 54. Yep. Okay, so we'll summon our melee unit over here. Deal some damage. Reduce an attack. And then at the end of the, when at the end of the turn, that unit would die, and then it gives evasion to one of our units over here. All right. So our next turn here, we're going to summon. We're going to continue summoning on this line over here because this unit has evasion. We would like to spread out the damage, but the health of these units aren't that good. I want to save this unit because it has the flying, so we're going to continue with the damage over here, and we're actually going to give this an attack boost over here. We're going to let the pentagram deal its damage, and we're going to focus on dealing damage to their warlord because the bleeding is eventually going to overtake our units. Okay, once again, we will be getting some bleeding because of this unit's death ability. So because of that, we're going to be summoning a chaos unit. And we'll be summoning over here because of the pentagram, just in case we do miss. Okay, next turn, both their units are going to get invulnerability, and then again, extra bleeding over there. Okay, we're going to summon our flight unit now in order to protect this unit. Even though we'll get bleed at the end, it will still allow for it to attack for next turn. Summon this over here. Okay, so this unit's going to die. Let's see if this unit's going to die. Has bleeding of 41, so it'll still be alive. Okay, we will summon our ranged unit on the double attack over here. Okay, and then once again, we will spread out our damage so that we can get some more damage over time over here. Okay, once again, more bleeding. We'll be summoning this melee unit because of the health. Placing it over here. Okay, best case scenario, we can get another ranged unit that can actually take the bleeding. But as of right now, we cannot. Okay, this will be reduced, but it won't die. And then we'll just summon this ranged unit over here so that way we don't have to deal with the extra boost. If we attack, we'll turn to 1, attack, kill that. So 70, 86, and yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll summon this ranged unit over here so that way we can just get rid of this altogether. As you can see here on our right, we are getting more of these sudden deaths. So sudden deaths occur after a certain amount of turns have passed, and they deal a little bit of extra damage to their warlord for every turn that goes by. And then also, we'll be able to stack these up for later. So if it comes to a point where we will not be able to deal damage to them, yes, it is. Hi, Joseph. How's it going? We'll be summoning this over here, and we will summon our ranged unit over here. Yep, I am currently streaming right now, so welcome. Okay, we got the damage going in. That's good. Next turn, we'll be getting the bleeding on our units. Okay, as you can see there, the bleeding did occur. Actually, no, sorry. This was the boost for their poison. All right, so we are going to get rid of this unit first. We'll give it a point of damage. We're summoning this unit because of the high health over here. Okay, and then now we got bleeding once again. So these units will all be slowed down. Okay, once again, bleeding. All of these units are going to be slowed down. We need to deal enough damage over here to get rid of this. Checking out their invulnerability, it looked like it was something different. Usually invulnerability just stops combat damage. This one might be the actual effect damage too. But we will check it out. So we will summon this we'll summon this melee unit. It has flight and mental shield. We'll put it over here to defend. Yeah, right now it looks like I'm winning, but we'll see what happens when my entire board is wiped out. Okay, so it looks like their vulnerability is just combat damage, which means that as long as they do land on our pentagrams, we are still in good shape. Okay, so it looks like we will be able to... Okay, we'll be able to get rid of the shield here and then the pentagram over there. So now we can just focus on damage once again. We'll be summoning this ranged unit behind here because of the shield. Okay, and once again, we'll be back to the double attack rune over here. Yep, we have some extra damage here also with our sudden death, so just in case. Okay, we'll be summoning this unit. It has the metal shield, and then we'll be able to deal the lethal damage over here. We're going to be placing it over here as well, so that we can also put another unit to stop this unit from attacking once it has bleed. Okay, so they're bleeding here. They got rid of our mental shield, but this unit will die. Placing this over here so that we can once again get our double attack rune. Oop, I forgot the attack reduction over there. That's fine. We have our setup where we want it. Okay, this is the first time that we have a building in our rotation. That's going to help us out with other units that we don't want to lose. So in this case, let's see here, the attacking pentagram will do that. Okay, in this case, we will actually put this in front here because it can't bleed. Thinking about this. Yeah, we'll still do it over here. Okay, so once again, more bleeding, more bleeding, more bleeding, and more bleeding. Okay, and then this unit is going to die next turn from the bleeding, so we'll have to summon another ranged unit on this spot. Okay, so enough damage over there. This is going to be pretty good for damage on. Yes, it is. It is part of Congregate, which is where the game is being hosted. Seeing with this. Okay. Yep, this will still stay alive, so actually we can summon this off over here. Okay, our building will block some damage, and this unit will then die from the pentagrams. Okay, both of these units will actually die from the pentagrams. So because of how this unit's death trigger occurs with the bleeding to non-chaos units, we're going to be summoning a chaos unit, and we're going to be putting it over here, so that way we can still have it deal some damage. Okay, next turn, we're going to be placing our ranged unit back on the double attack rune. Yes, yes, they are. Let's see here. Okay, we'll get the point of damage from the attack here, and then the metal shield will be gone over here. So we will continue to summon our, well, actually we'll summon our ranged unit over here, so that way we still have some protection. Okay, and as we are stacking up sun deaths, the damage was at 9, now it's at 14, so we can get a couple more and should be ready to go for lethal. Okay, summoning this melee unit because of the health, bring it over here. And I think we actually have enough damage over here with the sun deaths. So 14, and this is roughly, what, 17 of them? Okay. Yeah, we'll take a shot with the sun deaths. So as you can see, the direct damage is being dealt to the warlord, 15 at a time. Okay, we're just gonna do a shuffle, see if we can get rid of some trash units. Nope, good. Still good, and still good. The attack over here isn't that good, so I suppose we could get rid of this. Yeah, let's get rid of it. All right. Okay. So yeah, that was Elric the Grim. Okay, got a little bit of rewards, so that's good. Okay, we'll take a preview of the next pit boss. So this Defender Annie, I've never seen them before. Let's check them out. Okay, so whenever enemy warlord being us, so whenever we are attacked, it will deal damage to us for every wounded unit on their side of the field. And then at the beginning of the turn, each hero will take damage. Each hero on their side? That's kind of weird. And then every 6th turn kills every wounded hero. Okay, so it looks like it'll probably be us instead. So we'll take damage for every wounded unit on our side. We'll take extra damage on our units, and then every unit that is wounded will die. So if that's the case, we'll need to heal our units to make sure that they aren't wounded by that 6th turn. And then we're going to be taking additional damage to our units. I am starting work very soon, probably in probably in about maybe 20 minutes or so. Yeah, I will see you at work, Joseph. Okay, so that is pretty much it. We have another day to wait for pit attempts, and they recharge every 12 hours. So by next day, tomorrow, we should have some more attempts ready for this boss. We have 4 days to get rid of the next 4 bosses. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it shouldn't be too bad. Worst case scenario, we'll spend some gems and get some more attempts going. Okay, so yeah, if there are any questions, comments, feedback, or concerns, leave a message on the Twitch channel. I'm also on Discord. It is Happy Splasher 9980, all capital letters. You can also find me on YouTube. Just search Happy Splasher. It'll have all the previous streams and also other content for Mighty Party as well. Our streaming schedule on Twitch is Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday